Hello and good morning. It's 8 a.m. by the clock, so it's time for the Breakfast Club. I'm Sonal Mehrotra Kapoor, joining you here from Mumbai.
And I'm Toya Singh, joining you here from Delhi. We've got an action-packed show ahead of us. Let's take a look at everything we're bringing you on the show today. Tattoos, the good, the bad, and the bumpy. Once inked, sometimes are people left twice shy. How do you get inked the right way? What does that even look like? And what is long-term tattoo care? Because you know about the immediate, but what does the long-term tattoo care look like? We have three different guests joining us to discuss this. Multidisciplinary visual artist Santanu Hazarika is with us, the dermatologist and trichologist Dr. Punjabi, and the tattoo artist Mahesh Chavan, all joining us on TBC today.
The wait for Chand Raat begins, celebrating Eid for 2024. In all likelihood, it will happen on the 11th of April now. People are now observing another day of fasting, but the wait is finally over.
And next, we're going to be celebrating Eid with Shazia Ilmi. Not Eid itself, but how do you break the fast right before? What's the process? What's the significance, the customs? We're going to do all of that in just a moment.
Also on the program, meet Kashmir's aqua woman. Jammu and Kashmir's water queen Bilkis Mir joins us here on the Breakfast Club. She has scripted history, thereby becoming the first female jury member at the Paris Olympics. We talk to her and we understand what got her this prestigious position.
And we love to bring you an update from the world of sports on the show. Match 23 of the IPL and the SRH. It's a nail-biting win by just 2 runs. Shashank, Ashutosh's efforts that we saw, not enough. They fought till the very end, but they just couldn't get their side over the line. We're going to take a deeper dive into all of that as Sunrisers Hyderabad registered their 3rd win of the season.
All right, let's begin the program by upping the glam quotient and the celebrity quotient on the Breakfast Club a little bit. Now, the biggest celebrities in India, think about them as I take their names. David Beckham, Rihanna, Miley Cyrus, Billie Eilish, even Indian celebs like Virat Kohli, Akshay Kumar, Priyanka Chopra, Saif Ali Khan. What do all of them have in common? Well, they all have inked their hearts literally on their sleeve. They all are tattooed. And often what it happens here in India, once celebs take a lead, their fans follow.
That's right. Getting inked or tattooed is, as you already know, a major trend. And as you know, it's not just for the young people. More and more, we're seeing the middle-aged and even the older age people, those who fall into the 60-plus demographic, going in for tattoos as well. But getting a tattoo isn't for the faint-hearted. So it's not just the process and the pain that can sometimes happen, the complications you sometimes have. It's also just the bigger question. This is a permanent change you're making. Imagine having to stay with that choice for the rest of your life. But this hasn't deterred more and more people from getting these tattoos. If you're one of them, what we're bringing you next, this is for you. Let's bring you some of the do's and don'ts of getting inked. Sonal.
I have this, Yeah, this, and I have one here.
I'm not a tattoo lover. I don't have any tattoo on my body.
क्योंकि पसंद नहीं मेरे को टैटू करवाना.
नहीं, मेरी बॉडी पे टैटू नहीं है.
My skin is very sensitive and I cannot tolerate pain at any cost.
मुझे चाहिए 2-3 जगह, बट कभी मौका नहीं मिला बनाने का.
नहीं.
I won't prefer any time in the future as well to have tattoo on my body.
कुछ भी ऐसा चीज लिखवाना को अपनी बॉडी पे बेकार है. हार्मफुल हो सकता है इंक वगैरह.
टैटू बनाना सेफ है भी और नहीं भी है. आप एक बार कुछ बनवा लो और फिर बाद में आपको हटाना पड़े, फिर दिक्कत हो जाती है.
Getting ink can be harmful for your body.
All right, let's start by understanding some basics when it comes to tattooing. We're not saying it's a bad thing, but largely these are the 5 things that you must remember that can develop as a complication. Number 1, you can end up getting a skin allergy. It's like redness, bumps, swelling and itching which may happen immediately and sometimes even weeks or days later due to the presence of nickel, remember, in the ink. The second thing that can happen is infections. That also at the site of the tattoo, and again infections are several, bacterial, viral, fungal as well. And third thing to remember is sometimes there may be scarring or keloid formation at the site of the tattoo. We'll expand on that as we go around the program. And the fourth bit, which a lot of people perhaps don't know about, is that blood-borne diseases can also happen because of tattooing. That means hepatitis B, C, HIV as well, if the entire equipment being used is not sterilized properly. And number 5, a lot is made out of this, the risk of cancer, as tattoo ink contains something called benzopyrene. Benzopyrene, remember, is classified carcinogenic. But, before you jump to any conclusion, just hang on. We are not saying that all tattoos lead to cancer. We are just saying that benzopyrene is classified as a carcinogenic, but research is still ongoing on how much of it, what form of it, and how the usage of it can actually lead to cancer. So we're not saying don't get a tattoo, we're saying be mindful of these 5 things before you get one.
So we thought here on the Breakfast Club, we want to bring you all of the facts, the science behind everything that Sonal is telling us about right now. So we thought we'll go into detail with a dermat. Dr. Vandana Punjabi is joining us today. She's a dermatologist and a trichologist. Let's go over to her with all of our questions. Doc, tell us first, how often do you end up seeing tattoo patients in your OPD?
So I don't see it very often, maybe once in every 2-3 months. There's always some complication. Actually, what happens is that a lot of complications, as Sonal mentioned, some of them can happen early and some of them can be delayed. So we see a lot of delayed infections, common infections, which are seen many weeks and months after the tattoo. So we do see that.
Right, but Dr. Vandana, help us understand, what is tattooing basically? It's like puncturing your skin and depositing ink over there, right? But a lot can go wrong in that. Can you point out to us what must one watch out for if one is thinking of getting a tattoo?
Watch out for, you mean to say what precautions should be taken before we get the tattoo?
Yeah.
So one of the things is, first of all, as we decided, we have to be really sure, what happens, people do a lot of research about what kind of tattoo they want. But what I would recommend is do a lot of research about the studio where you want to get your tattoo done, the artist where you want to go there before you decide your design. See what kind of sterilization techniques are they using, the needles, the equipment, are they having it in sterile packaging? So do they open it from a fresh packet, or is it just, sterilized offhand? How do they do it? See that. Also, the water which they use for sterilization should be a sterile distilled water. If you use tap water, you're going to get a lot of infections, because infections are very high after tattooing.
Doctor, what about the possibility, because I know some people say we'll just pop a painkiller right before we get the tattoo, that'll keep us away from the pain. Does that work?
Yeah, of course. I mean, see, it's a painful procedure. You are going to get something inked into your body. But, I mean, people who want the tattoo, they're ready to go for the pain. So it is painful, but if you take the post care properly, so if you're going to use the post care which has been advised properly by your artist, in the sense of cleaning the area well, moisturizing it well, you're not going to get complications if you take care about all of that.
Okay.
Right. Dr. Vanda, also, I think a lot of people, what they don't tell you is the precautions that one must be taking before you go in for a tattoo, right? So, can you share with us some bits on what sort of medicines to avoid? I was reading that even alcohol should be avoided 48 hours before you get a
Correct,
tattoo.
correct. Yeah, that's right. So you should, if you're on blood thinners, like aspirin, clopidogrel, all of this, you have to stop the blood thinners about 48 hours before, and you do the tattooing. Also, you should, maybe sometimes you need to stop it 72 hours. Depends. You can consult your doctor on the amount of blood thinners that you are on. You should definitely stop alcohol, smoking 2 to 3 days before the tattooing, and also we recommend not to have it 2 to 3 days after the tattooing, because there is some oozing from the site of the tattoo for a long time. The scabs are formed, so it will impair your wound healing. One of the important things that we should remember after the tattooing is that you should avoid sun exposure, because sun exposure is again going to
I
irritate your
see.
tattoo, and we see a lot of photoallergic reactions. So there are allergic reactions, as you mentioned, red, itchy skin, but a lot of them can be photoallergic also. The other thing we should also avoid is swimming, hot tubs, for at least a month after the tattooing, because there is a pseudomonas infection which happens in these swimming pools and hot tubs. So if you catch that infection, it's a long journey. You need antibiotics, orally, application, all of that. So it's better to avoid all of these things. Avoid sweating, because in humid weather, there's a lot of chances of bacterial infections, folliculitis.
Yeah.
So these
Yeah.
precautions, so it's not just about the procedure, looking at the
Yeah.
pre-care, looking at the sterilization technique, which is very, very important, but post-care is also very important for a good
No, you're
healing of.
absolutely right, Dr. Vandana, because the bottom line from our conversation here is this, that if you've made up your mind, please go get a tattoo. But as important is the picture that you want get done, or the art. Equally, if not more important, is where you're getting it done, and to ensure that you get it done the right way, and also consult your dermat before you actually do it. I think that's the bottom line
Yeah,
from
so
all
in
of this.
fact, I
Thanks so
have
much, Dr. Vandana.
correct. I have a lot of people who ask me all this before. So if you
Yeah.
consulted a doctor before, there are very less chances of complications. So it's like it's much better, as you said. Yeah.
Absolutely, there. So that's a good tip for everybody to remember. Thanks, Dr. Bandana, for joining us here on
Thank you
TVC.
so
But we
much.
spoke
Thank
about
you so much.
dermats. Let's not take the fun out of tattooing as well. Our next guest is purely all of that and much more. Shantanu Hazarika now joins us this morning on the Breakfast Club. Good morning, Shantanu. Thanks so much for joining us. Now, for a lot of people who don't know Shantanu, he's what we call an art fluencer. But Shantanu, tell us, how big is this demand for tattooing? You obviously wear it all over. I don't even want to ask how many you have right now. But take us through, what are the different kinds of tattoo demands that come to you? And do you know any really fun, intense briefs that you must have got on what kind of tattoo it should be?
Hi guys. First of all, a very good morning to everyone. I think it has to be the earliest interview I've ever done. So thank you for that. And when it comes to tattoos, see, I've always loved tattoos. Like ever since I was growing up, I've always seen like my seniors get tattoos, get hand poke tattoos and all. And we as kids, as teenagers, we used to take like needles and poke fabric ink into our skin, which is very unsafe and bad. So I think it was just the old teenage me trying to experiment tattooing stuff and all. And when it comes to weird tattoo requests, like
Big disclaimer, please do not try this at home. Big
no, don't try
disclaimer.
this at home. This is
At
the
all.
worst thing you can do to your skin. And you'll end up paying more to cover it up. So yeah, it's not a viable thing to do. But I think you'd asked me about weird tattoo requests. So I mean, I customize a lot of tattoos for my friend, like who does all my tattoos. So there's always sessions where I come in and I customize a tattoo, I design a tattoo. I don't do it myself because I lack
Yeah.
the practice. But I think some of the weirdest requests got is not the kind of tattoos, but where the tattoo is gonna be placed. So that's the weirdest thing, like that you people come up with. Like I have friends who have like eyelids tattoos. They have
Wow.
like tattoos over here. They have tattoos in like a lot of different parts of their body. So I think it becomes a tricky thing. And most of the weird tattoos are actually their current girlfriend's names, which I always recommend that you'll end up lasering it out. So twice the money for the tattoo artist. But I think these are the weirdest requests I ever get. And also, there are people who actually don't know what they want. That's the worst kind of a situation because they'll come up with really like outdated tattoo templates, like, and they'll be like, "Oh, I want this," and that's the worst time for you to design something. Where when you have indecisive clients, like giving you feedback on tattoos which they think they are cool.
Noted.
Can we ask you, Santanu, choose not to answer all of this because you have several tattoos of your own. And are you comfortable sharing? Because sometimes tattoos are very personal for people, but are you comfortable sharing what maybe one or two of them mean for you when you got them in your life?
Yeah, yeah, sure. So me and my friend, like my tattoo artist friend, we started our career together in our bedrooms. So we were first bedroom artists. So when he first started his practice, I made my first design, and he made his first tattoo. So ever since we come across a different milestone in our life, I get myself inked with something which is significant of that time.
How old were you in the
So
first tattoo?
I was in school, I think, class 12. And so, for example, my most recent one is this is what I've got done. This is like my favorite band, Slipknot, and it's the frontman over here. There are like elements from things that I am inspired by, that is like anime and stuff like that. So there's like Kurama from Naruto inked here. Then there is a Dragon Ball hidden there. So it's mostly all the things that I grew up watching or my art is inspired by that I try to ink on my body. Like for example, here I have my pet cat Clara,
Love it.
who's sort of designed as a demon because she kind of controls my life. And then there is here I have an old tattoo of Salvador Dali because I'm like a really big fan of his work and the whole surreal movement and a bunch of other stuff like this. And there's a pagan goddess of hunt which is also associated with the goddess Venus. So there are always different kind of tattoos that I work around with, and it's mostly inspired from personal experiences, visuals that I am inspired by, be it Japanese anime, be it like music that I listen to, and the kind of mind space I'm in also matters a lot. I think, because I mean, and that's the commitment. Like tattoos are a commitment.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah,
something
it
that
is. It is something that you have to live with for a really long time,
yes,
or go back to
yes.
an artist and pay a lot of more money to sort of retrace that. We've seen that happen to a lot of celebrities as well. But Shantanu, you wear, like anybody who has a tattoo, especially like yours, you wear your heart with the ink on your hand, on your sleeve, quite literally, right? I don't
Right.
I don't want to get into, it's a breakfast show, so I don't want to get into weird places where people get it done from. This is still morning time, let's just remember that. But tell me, have you ever regretted a tattoo, and what do you do about that then?
Oh yes, I do have many regrets. Like not just one. Okay, I'll talk about the one I got when I was in my first year engineering. It was my birthday, and we had one guy who used to do hand poke tattoo, like I said, like with ink and needles and stuff. So this was a college hostel thing. So as a birthday gift, here after a party, after my birthday party, there's like, okay, I'm gonna gift you a tattoo. I'm like, yeah, sure, come on, go ahead, let's do it. So I have this weird tattoo here, which is like a thorn. I said, okay, I wanna thorn, a thorned out S That's my initial with a little screw in the center.
Okay.
I was a little bit of a grunge thing. And then, to my surprise, for many, many days, I kept looking at the tattoo at the mirror and the S was straight. Then it hit me, okay, this must be an inverted S because
Oh God.
it can't be straight when I'm looking at the mirror for the longest time. And now I am stuck with an
Ouch!
inverted, yes,
Ouch!
now I'm stuck with an inverted S, which is not my initial, and a weird font which looks like a mic. So, and the tattoo has turned green because it was not body friendly ink. And it was just some other random fabric ink, I think, which it used.
Maybe you'll find a new meaning of S, Shantanu. That is all we can say of your many encounters that will happen over tattoo and artists. Maybe that's the only thing we can hope for now.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, maybe I need something to just change my mind about the letter S now. But yeah, that's one of my biggest regrets because I mean, guys, don't get your tattoos in like shady, dark corners of your hostel rooms because you're gonna regret it later.
Santanu, those are going to be your parting words then to all of our audiences. Don't get tattoos done in shady rooms. Thank you so much for joining us, Santanu, and thank you for waking up so early. Right here on The Breakfast Club, we're now going to take you from Santanu. So Santanu was someone, earlier we brought you a dermatologist, then we got you someone who designs tattoos, who's gotten many of them himself. Now we'll go to a tattoo artist. Joining us is Mahesh Chavan. He's a popular tattoo artist in Mumbai. He has a very popular handle called Moustache Tattoo, and he joins us right now. Sir, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Sir, आप हमें बताइए किस तरह के लोग आते हैं आपके पास, क्या-क्या रिक्वेस्ट लेके आते हैं सर?
रिक्वेस्ट फर्स्ट ये है कि मैम एक कपल टैटूज होते हैं, मोस्टली कवर अप ज्यादा होते हैं मेरे यहाँ पे टैटू बनाने के लिए। मैं तो मतलब कवर अप के लिए फेमस ही हूँ और खास करके पोर्ट्रेट के लिए। पोर्ट्रेट मीन्स मॉम डैड फेस टैटू या गर्लफ्रेंड का फेस टैटू, किसी भगवान का फेस टैटू या किसी बाबा या कोई सेलिब्रिटी का फेस टैटू। लोग मतलब बहुत पैशनेट होते हैं, मतलब लोगों को बहुत पसंद है चीज़ों के लिए। और हर एक टैटू का एक मीनिंग होता है, हर एक टैटू का एक प्लेसमेंट होती है। तो लोग सोच समझ के भी टैटू करते हैं, कोई लोग थोड़ा जोश में करते हैं, कोई लोग थोड़ा डेयर में करते हैं कि दोस्तों के साथ डेयर करते हैं, वैसे वाले टैटूज भी आते हैं। तो हर
जी, पर महेश बताइए, जनरली परसेप्शन ये है कि ज्यादातर यंग लोग आते हैं अपना टैटू कराने। क्या ये सही है कि आपको कुछ मिडिल एज लोग भी मिलते हैं जो रिक्वेस्ट के साथ आते हैं?
मैम मेरे यहाँ पे यंग लोग भी आते हैं और 25 से लेके 55 के एज में बहुत सारे लोग ज्यादा आते हैं, मतलब मोस्टली मैरिड लोग तो ज्यादा ही आते हैं अपने पति का, अपने बच्चों का फेस टैटू बनाने या उनका फुटप्रिंट या एक दूसरे का कपल टैटू नेम टैटूज या कपल टैटू नेम टैटूज या इनिशियल टैटू, ऐसे बहुत सारे रिक्वायरमेंट रहते हैं। तो सबके इच्छा पूरी होती है। आप
या पर जब ब्रेकअप हो जाता है तब क्या करते हैं? फिर उस नाम का क्या करते हैं?
कुछ नहीं मैम, ब्रेकअप होता है तो कवर अप होता है। अभी तो जो होना है होगा ही, अपन कुछ कर नहीं सकते। बट किसी किसी का होता है, 100 में से 10% लोगों का, बाकी लोग तो सक्सेस हो जाते हैं इस चीजों में, तो कोई निगेटिव नहीं। और अब टैटू मीन्स मैम स्कार टैटू होते हैं, स्कार लेजर ट्रीटमेंट वाले स्कार होते हैं, किसी का ऑपरेशन होता है, किसी को मजबूरी में होता है, मतलब किसी का जलना, बॉडी जल गई है या किसी बाइक एक्सीडेंट हो गया तो उसका जो स्कार रहता है तो उसको भी कवर अप करना होता है, या गर्लफ्रेंड का नाम, बॉयफ्रेंड का नाम, या गलती से डिवोर्स हो गया है तो उसका जो पहले टैटू बनाया था वो भी कवर अप कर सकते हैं। या आगे फ्यूचर में जिसके साथ डेट कर रहे हैं उसको पहले वाला टैटू पता नहीं चलना चाहिए कि क्या टैटू बनाया है इसने, किसी लड़की का बनाया या किसी बॉयफ्रेंड का बनाया। तो लोग ऐसे हिडन टैटूज भी बनाते हैं जिसको हम लोग कवर अप करते हैं मोस्टली।
माय गॉड, ऐसे भी होता है। सर हमें बताइए, थोड़ा सा जनरल पिक्चर दीजिए, सबसे ज्यादा कौन से टैटूज डिमांड में है?
अभी अपने मॉम डैड भी तो जी रहे हैं ना एक दूसरे के साथ, तो ऐसा कुछ नहीं है। मतलब टैटू ऐसी चीज है कि मैम पैशनेट होते हैं लोग ना, वो लाइव कनेक्ट, मतलब उनके साथ कनेक्ट रहता है लोगों को, मतलब वो आदत है। किसी चीज को, किसी को एकदम ऐसा लगता है कि ये टैटू की वजह से मेरी लाइफ चेंज हो गई। हाँ। तो लोग टैटू भी बनाते हैं। कोई लोग ऐसे बोलते हैं कि यार चलो आप उन्हें कपल टैटू बनाएंगे या फ्रेंडशिप वाला टैटू बनाएंगे या अपने मॉम डैड को डेडिकेट करते हैं, तो वो लोग बोलते हैं कि अपने सबसे ज्यादा टैटू बनाते हैं मोस्टली तो मॉम डैड को ही ज्यादा रेफर करते हैं लोग कि मेरा फर्स्ट टैटू मेरे मॉम डैड को डेडिकेट करना है। तो कोई लोग मॉम डैड बनाते हैं, तो कोई लोग उनका फेस टैटू बनाते हैं। तो सबका एक ऐसा फीलिंग होती है अंदर से, इमोशन होता है कि हर एक टैटू का।
जी जी। महेश, जाते जाते हमें ये भी बता दीजिए कि कई बार हम टैटू फन एंड गेम से बात करते हैं, पर कई बार कुछ लोगों के लाइफ चेंजिंग होता है। हमने अभी कुछ पिक्चर्स देखी कि कैसे कुछ बर्न विक्टिम्स आए आपके पास और आपने उनके बॉडी के स्कार्स को इतनी खूबसूरत आर्ट में बदल दिया। ऐसे एक्सपीरियंस भी होते हैं, उसके बारे में थोड़ा बताइए।
मैंने चैलेंजिंग टैटू ऐसे बैक पीसेस बहुत ज्यादा होते हैं। जैसे मैंने रिसेंटली अभी ऐसे टैटूज है जो कि एक क्लाइंट को तो मैम नाखून नहीं था, नेल्स नहीं था, तो आपको गन्ने का जो मशीन रहता है, गन्ने के जूस निकालते हैं, तो वो मशीन में उसकी उंगली फंस गई थी, तो उसको उंगली नहीं थी, तो हम लोगों ने उसको उंगली भी बनाई है। तो वो उसकी जो हैप्पीनेस रहता है, जो उस टाइम में उसको कंपनी में काम करने की वजह से प्रॉब्लम हुआ, पर आज वो मतलब उसको उंगली आने की वजह से टैटू में ऐसी चीजें मैम कि जो नहीं हो सकता है ना, वो हम टैटू में कर सकते हैं। जो स्कार है, ब्लेड मार्क स्कार है, उसको हम ना इतना ब्यूटीफुली बनाते हैं कि वो लगता ही नहीं कि ये कवर अप था, मतलब ऐसा लगता ही नहीं, ऐसा लगता है कि नई लाइफ मिली उसको, ऐसा लगता है एक जिंदगी मिलती है।
वाओ। ऑलराइट महेश जी, अपनी कहानियां बताने के लिए थैंक यू। दैट वाज अ रियली इंटरेस्टिंग डीप डाइव देयर। ओके, वी आर गोइंग टू गो इनटू अ क्विक ब्रेक. Please stay with us right here on the Breakfast Club. On the other side, all that we have left for you. We'll see you in just a few minutes.
देश के विभिन्न हिस्सों में नववर्ष मनाया जा रहा है। आज विक्रम संवत 2081 का पहला दिन है। मैं समस्त देशवासियों को गुड़ी पड़वा,
That was a very quick break. We're now going to take you to stories that are taking place across the country and the world.
Okay, TikTok is all set to shake up the social media landscape by launching TikTok Notes, a direct rival to Instagram with a focus on photo sharing and text creativity. TikTok aims to tap into its massive user base and challenge Instagram's stronghold in the market. This strategic expansion signals TikTok's determination to diversify its content offerings and establish itself as a versatile platform.
Rather scary story amidst global climate commitments. A startling revelation unfolds. The world's leading economies are pouring billions into fossil fuel projects across developing nations. This is despite repeated promises to curb investments like this. The persistence of this trend notably is driven by Canada, Japan, South Korea. It's raising a question about the sincerity of climate pledges. The urgency of transitioning to renewable energy sources remains, remember.
Amidst growing concerns of a potential epidemic, distress grips Brazil's Javari Valley as over 80% of the indigenous tribe over there, Korubu, numbering just about 121 individuals, succumb to flu-like symptoms, with 22 cases progressing to even pneumonia, including 15 children. The community faces a dire health crisis hindered by poor healthcare infrastructure and accessibility issues. Fear is now looming large over the spread of the disease amongst them.
And in the United States, as elections near, The former US President Donald Trump's ambiguous stance on abortion stirs up a storm. It's angering conservatives. Remember, he's running again. It's providing fresh ammunition to the national ban on abortion has left both ends of the political spectrum dissatisfied, and it's setting the stage for a very contentious issue in the upcoming 2024 elections. And once again, after that quick wrap of what's happening around the world, we're going to head into a short break right here on TBC. Stay with us. On the other side, a ton of interesting stories.
देश के विभिन्न हिस्सों में नववर्ष मनाया जा रहा है। आज विक्रम संवत 2081 का पहला दिन है। मैं समस्त देशवासियों को गुड़ी पड़वा, उगाड़ी, चेटीचंड, नवरे के साथ साथ साजीबू चेरोबा नववर्ष की शुभकामनाएं देता हूं। आज से चैत्र नवरात्रि भी शुरू हो गई है। देश भर में शक्ति की उपासना, उसकी धूम मची हुई है। नवरात्रि का पर्व हो, हर कोई भक्ति में डूबा हुआ हो, शक्ति उपासना में जुड़ा हुआ हो, ऐसे समय इतनी बड़ी रैली, ये अपने आप में अजूबा है। क्योंकि मेरा जब कार्यक्रम बन रहा था तो मैंने कहा भाई नवरात्रि है, लोग कैसे आएंगे? उन्होंने कहा साहब बस आप डेट दे दीजिए। और इतने कम समय में नवरात्रि के पावन पर्व पर भी इतनी बड़ी तादाद में आप हमें आशीर्वाद देने आए। इस पावन अवसर पर बड़ी संख्या में शक्ति स्वरूपा माताएं, बहनें, बेटियां हमें आशीर्वाद दे रही है। मैं सभी सिख गुरुओं को भी नमन करता हूं। कुछ ही दिन में बैसाखी भी आने वाली है। मैं आपको बैसाखी की भी शुभकामनाएं देता हूं। मुझे यहां पीलीभीत के साथ ही बरेली की जनता जनार्दन के दर्शन का भी सौभाग्य मिला है। और सब दूर एक ही
Welcome back to the Breakfast Club. We're going to tell you all about something very exciting that took place on Monday. Millions watching the total solar eclipse. Not here, it swept across North America. North America got to witness the moon block out the sun entirely. This is during a total solar eclipse, it's called. Almost 32 million people in the path of totality. Totality is when it's totally blocked. As the moon's shadow crossed the Mexico-Texas border, it then traversed 15 different states. They say that dogs were howling, frogs were croaking. Some people were even crying as they got to witness this cross North America pass over Mexico, the US, and then Canada.
That's right. In fact, in India, we didn't get like a big view of it, but we have to wait until a long time. It's going to be until 2031 to get to see a total solar eclipse that will come. But until then, we can all sit back and enjoy the visuals, can't we? Take a look. We've picked up some of the best ones for you.
A breathtaking celestial spectacle observed by tens of millions. On the 8th of April, a total solar eclipse raced through North America, thrilling those lucky enough to behold the spectacle through clear skies. Eclipse mania gripped Northern America, all of Mexico, the United States and Canada as the moon swept in front of the sun, blotting out daylight. Throngs of excited sky watchers across North America gazed upwards at a blackened sun in the midday dusk on Monday, celebrating with cheers, music and matrimony.
Wow.
It was an experience I've never felt before. When it got totally dark, I literally was like screaming the whole time. I actually cried a little tear or two because it was like overwhelming. It was an amazing experience.
It was just insane.
We were just talking about how it kind of looks like a pierogi.
It was the first total eclipse to sweep across a large swathe of North America since 2017 and will also be the last one visible from the United States until 2044. The moon shadow plunged the Pacific coast of Mexico into total darkness at about 11:07 a.m. local time and swept across the United States at supersonic speed before it returned to the ocean over Canada's Atlantic coast just under an hour and a half after landfall. The eclipse also offered a golden opportunity to study the sun's corona, the outer layer of its atmosphere, which is normally hidden by the blinding light of the surface. Well, unfortunately, India was not able to witness the total solar eclipse due to its geographical location and the moon's orbital path relative to the Earth's orbit around the sun. Remember, a solar eclipse occurs when the moon passes between the Earth and the sun, blocking a portion of all of the sun's light. Monday's total eclipse rolled through more densely populated regions than 7 years ago. A corridor averaging 185 kilometers wide, encompassing such major cities as San Antonio, Austin, Dallas, Indianapolis, Cleveland, Montreal and Quebec.
देश के विभिन्न हिस्सों में नववर्ष मनाया जा रहा है। आज विक्रम संवत 2081 का पहला दिन है। मैं समस्त देशवासियों को गुड़ी पड़वा, उगाड़ी, चेटीचंड, नवरे के साथ साथ साजीबू चेरोवा नववर्ष की बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं देता हूं। आज से चैत्र नवरात्रि भी शुरू हो गई है। देश भर में शक्ति की उपासना उसकी धूम मची हुई है। नवरात्रि का पर्व हो
Welcome back. So clearly the moon has been very busy of late. Why, you ask? Well, it's not just the solar eclipse, it's about moon sighting and just getting towards the end of the month-long fasting of Ramzan. As Ramzan draws to a close now, we are all waiting for what is called Chandrat. Now, as we know, once the moon is spotted, the next day is celebrated as Eid, and in all likelihood, Wednesday is said to be the Chandrat. And so you can wait for your favorite Eidi delicious food, all of that coming your way on Thursday now.
So we thought we'd bring you a very special interview. We're going to take you all the way now to Kashmir, which in fact is one of the places where they say they've already spotted the moon. But we're going to take you to Kashmir's water queen, Bilkis Mir. She's a kayaking and canoeing expert from Srinagar. She's just clinched another achievement for herself. She's become the first Indian woman to become a jury member in the Olympic Games to be held this year.
That's right, and very excited to have this chat with her. And she joins us now, I am told, live from the Dal Lake itself. Hi, good morning, Bilkis. So lovely to see you here and have this chat here on the Breakfast Club. I first want to congratulate you for this big achievement. Absolutely gorgeous view behind you as well. But tell me, it must have been a hard journey, not just about cracking it, making it to the Olympics, but sitting on the journey, on the jury.
ये शुरुआत इसी डल झील से हुई. ये सफ़र इतना आसान नहीं था. ये स्ट्रगल भरा सफ़र था. बहुत सारे फेलियर्स आए, सेटबैक्स आए, बट आई नेवर गिव अप बिकॉज आई बिलीव you should not never give up on your dreams, no matter how painful and difficult your journey is. You just keep going and you have to prove yourself, then only people will accept you.
Ma'am, do you feel that as a nation we're improving in water sports? Are there Indians more and more who are joining canoeing?
ओलंपिक क्वालिफाइंग राउंड होने जा रहा है जिसमें मैं 18 से लेकर 21 अप्रैल को जो टोक्यो ओलंपिक्स में हो रहा है, मैं वहां पर जूरी मेंबर हूं. और वी आर वेरी होपफुल इंडिया विल क्वालिफाई एंड वी हैव हाई होप इन C2 मेन एंड इंशाल्लाह वी आर वेरी होपफुल दैट वी विल क्वालिफाई फॉर ओलंपिक्स जो 18 से लेकर 21 तक टोक्यो में है.
राइट, बट मैम हमें थोड़ा बताएंगे कि इंडिया के लिए स्पेशली वाटर स्पोर्ट्स कितना वाइबल करियर ऑप्शन है, और स्पेशली आप जब इतने अच्छे मुकाम पर पहुंच गई हैं, आपकी क्या एडवाइस है यंग स्पोर्ट्स वीमेन और मेन के लिए?
हमारी कंट्री में जो एशियन गेम्स में नारा लगा था अब की बार 100 के पार, और एशियन गेम्स में हमने वो नारा वो टारगेट अचीव किया हमारे एथलीट्स ने. आई एम वेरी होपफुल दैट आवर एथलीट्स विल डू वेल और हम फिर से कंट्री को ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा मेडल्स दे दें, क्योंकि एक प्लेयर का यही ख्वाब होता है कि उसका तिरंगा जब नेशनल एंथम बजता है तो उसकी जो पूरे 30 साल या 20 साल की मेहनत है वो पूरी हो जाती है. तो मुझे उम्मीद है कि इस बार भी हम ओलंपिक्स में अच्छा करेंगे. और आई एम वेरी होपफुल जिस हिसाब से ऑनरेबल प्राइम मिनिस्टर एथलीट्स को बहुत क्लोजली वॉच कर रहा है. हम अगर जीत कर आते हैं तब भी प्राइम मिनिस्टर उसको एनकरेज करता है, अगर हम हार के भी आते हैं तो यही वजह है कि एक बदलाव जो हमारी कंट्री में आया, मुझे लगता है वो दिन दूर नहीं होगा. जिस हिसाब से ऑनरेबल प्राइम मिनिस्टर स्पोर्ट्स को देख रहे हैं, प्लेयरों को एनकरेज कर रहे हैं, तो वो दिन दूर नहीं होगा. इंडिया सुपर पावर बनेगा स्पोर्ट्स में, और मुझे उम्मीद है कि इस ओलंपिक्स में हम अच्छा परफॉर्म करेंगे. और खेलो इंडिया जो हमारी कंट्री में मुहिम चले उससे खिलाड़ियों को और ज़्यादा हौसला बढ़ गए और एप्रिसिएशन मिल रही है एथलीट्स को. खासतौर जो कंट्री का हेड जब एप्रिसिएशन देता है तो खिलाड़ियों को और एनकरेजमेंट मिलती है. और आई एम वेरी होपफुल कि वी विल हैव अ बेस्ट रिजल्ट्स इन अपकमिंग ओलंपिक्स पेरिस 2024.
Well, with you on that, Bilkis, thank you so much for speaking with us, and good luck to all the athletes getting into the Olympics as well. All right, let's move on now from the cool waters of the Dal Lake. Let's take you to an evening in the national capital where the fasting continues in the month of Ramadan, and millions across the country are observing it. But now everybody is looking forward to not just fasting but feasting as well.
That big question, how long do you fast for? How do you break your fast? What's the significance of this entire ritual, the fasting, and then Sonal, as you said, the feasting? To get to know all of this, we visited the home of the political leader, Shazia Ilmi. Take a look.
Allahumma laka sumtu wa bika amantu wa alayka tawakkaltu wa ala rizqika aftartu.
We're here right now at the iftar dinner of both Shazia ji and Alma ji. Thank you for having us here.
Not at all, it's just a very basic iftar.
So tell us, we're a few moments away from the breaking of the fast.
Yes, the time today is 6:45. We are 10 minutes short of the time when we can actually get to drink some water.
So how does
Which is something you miss the most.
Tell us, what does the whole day look
like? Well, I'm less of a faster. I used to be very good, but of late I've been skipping a few. I'm also getting hypoglycemic, so that's one thing. Almas is more regular. Almas already मुश्किल होता हुआ है. अब तो नहीं लगता.
अपने रख लेती हूँ.
हाँ, रख लेते हैं आप. पूरे दिन.
पर प्यास बहुत लगती है.
प्यास का होता है.
है ना, चाय और प्याज का, पानी का.
मतलब पूरे दिन बिल्कुल भी किसी चीज को
नहीं खाना पीना जी.
सहरी के वक्त उठना होता है और फिर इफ्तार ये वक्त है और उसका एक मिनट बहुत बदलता है उसके हिसाब से. तो सहरी में उठो, कुछ खाओ पियो. सहरी का टाइम भी अलमास
4:40 तक होता है.
हाँ, तो बस वो खा पी के सो जाओ या कुछ भी. पूरे दिन भर ना पानी.
ये पूछना था कि दिन भर what do you keep playing in your mind? क्या सोचते रहते हो?
इफ्तार का वक्त कब है? इफ्तार का वक्त कब है? और कभी कभी जब बोलना होता है, कुछ काम करना होता है ना, तो आदत पड़ जाती है. पहले 2-3 दिन बहुत मुश्किल होता है. First 2 or 3 days are really tough, ना? Then you get used to it. And the only thing is that you do miss drinking water. I mean, I really can't handle it, and my blood sugar levels fall, so it gets very difficult for me.
So after both of you, I must say, just tell me a little bit about, because you were saying earlier you're about to break it.
Yes.
So what is that going to look like? Just point out to us.
So as you know, we so dehydrated. There's no water. So if you look at this, dates are very, very important. You have to start with khajur, and this is very important. And then there's lots of fruits, and traditional thing in India is we make those nice pakoras and all of that, and chickpeas, chanas, and lots of fruit. After finishing this, we'll do our prayers, and then we'll have our dinner.
Is there a logic behind why the chana, for example? Why not other things?
No, we just keep, dates have to be there because dates have always been used. It's because the old practice, there were khajurs in Saudi. So since it is
time immemorial.
Since time immemorial, it's customary to have dates. So see, Ramadan is just not about fasting and feasting. It is also about moderation, temperance, fortitude, endurance. You're supposed to also be careful about how you speak, and watch your tongue, watch your temper, and ensure that you don't use bad language. You stay away from negative thoughts. Just not about staying away from food, but it's also about staying away from negativity.
Before the roza starts, everybody has to have their sehri. Sehri is the morning time where people eat before 5 in the morning.
The meal is called sehri, the time is called
the meal is called sehri, and also the time is sehri time. It's like that. So where the people have to eat before a certain time, and after that they can't have anything. So it's like dusk to dawn. You can't have anything, but before that you can have whatever you want to have. You can have a coffee, you can have...
Do people end up making the food for themselves?
Yes, they do. Yeah. No.
Because you were saying earlier that this is the time you can eat anything you like.
You can have anything before 5 in the morning.
But do people end up eating like last night's chicken, for example?
They do that all the time. Yeah, people have naharis even.
Ramzan is the month where the Quran Sharif, the holy book of Islam, it was conveyed, it descended upon Muhammad, the Prophet of Islam. This is the month when Allah, what we call it, ki nazil hui. It descended upon the Prophet from Allah Himself directly, without any agency, without any medium.
Okay, it's time now for a short break here on the Breakfast Club. When we come back, we get you IPL 2024 highlights. SRH versus the PBKs, the match 23 of the IPL, and SRH clinched the nail-biting win by 2 runs. Stay with us.
देश के विभिन्न हिस्सों में नववर्ष मनाया जा रहा है। आज विक्रम संवत 2081 का पहला दिन है। मैं समस्त देशवासियों को गुड़ी पड़वा, उगाड़ी, चेटीचंड, नवरे के साथ साथ साजीबू चेरोबा नववर्ष की बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं देता हूं। आज से चैत्र नवरात्रि भी शुरू हो गई है। देश भर में
Welcome back. Let's bring you all the cricketing updates now, and it's all about the IPL match number 23, which saw the North and South rivalry manifest as Hyderabad were away in Punjab and Sunrisers stumbled at the start, but then they posted a challenging 182 for the hosts to chase.
So Shashank Singh and Ashutosh Sharma kept Punjab in the hunt, and it went right down to the wire. Jamie Alter joins us once again to bring us all of what happened yesterday in the match. Take a look.
If you were told Sunrisers Hyderabad captain Pat Cummins that his team, with that batting firepower in its arsenal, would be given the first choice to bat and not get 200 and still win the match, that too by just 2 runs when 29 were left to defend off the last 6 balls, he would probably have given an answer that bordered probably on the ludicrous. That is the kind of match we saw yesterday, because this Hyderabad team, as I mentioned, with Travis Head, Abhishek Sharma, Heinrich Klaasen, Aiden Markram, Shahbaz Ahmed, this is the gun batting lineup of this IPL along with Kolkata Knight Riders. But to lose your top 3 inside the power play with what, just 20 runs on the board, that is a remarkable achievement, not for Hyderabad but for Punjab. But still, the biggest aspect of that innings was that Hyderabad went from 20 for 3, they got past 180 thanks to Nitish Reddy, a name that, let's face it, not many people really would have earmarked or penciled in to be the highest scorer with 64 off 37 balls. But social media by the halfway stage of yesterday's match was buzzing with the name Nitish Reddy. Because like I said, when Abhishek Sharma, Travis Head, Heinrich Klaasen, Aiden Markram, these 4 formidable batsmen do not work, but someone like Nitish Reddy scores 64 at a strike rate of what, 170 odd, there's something happening there. And social media was very, very quick to pick up on that. But less than 2 hours later, social media was abuzz with a different kind of chatter, because Jaydev Unadkat had 29 runs to defend off 6 balls. Most cases, even by today's T20's ballistic margin of finishes where, we've seen 25, 27 be scored now and then, you still thought, you know what, Ashutosh Sharma, Shashank Singh, domestic uncapped players, yes, they proved wonders in the last match against GT, but this is Jaydev Unadkat. He's been playing domestic cricket for 15 odd years. He's played for India. He should have this. Well, almost went Punjab Kings' way. Jaydev Anatkar started off with a 6, then bowled 3 wides and gave 2 more 6s to give 27 from the match, from the final over, a narrow 2-wicket win. So on the first hand, like I mentioned, we talked about how an unheralded youngster like Nitish Reddy hogged the limelight through Hyderabad innings. The same thing with Punjab. It was the unheralded pair of Ashutosh Sharma and Shashank Singh that really just made this match a very, very memorable one. When the two came out to bat in the back end of Punjab's innings, the asking rate was touching, get this viewers, touching 17 runs per over against a bowling attack that had T. Natarajan, Bhuvneshwar Kumar, Pat Cummins and Jaydev Anatkar. But what do Ashutosh and Shashank do? They say, you know what? Stuff predictions, stuff reputations. We're here because we have domestic success to our credit. The team management, the Punjab management has backed us. We very, very recently did this against Gujarat Titans. Let's do it again. And it was that just bravado attitude of Shashank and Ashutosh that left Pat Cummins and his teammates wondering, wow, did we just dodge a bullet here or what? And many ways, just like social media was buzzing about after the match, this is what the IPL does. Yes, it's about superstars who go for billions and billions of dollars, but it also unearths rare, deserving Indian talent. And on a night in which many big names did not quite hog the limelight, the trio of Sunrisers Hyderabad, Nitish Reddy, and Punjab Kings, Shashank Singh and Ashutosh Sharma were the 3 biggest stories. And these 3 stories made for, as far as I'm concerned, a fantastic Paisa Vasool IPL match.
Okay, we're moving away now from the world of cricket. We're bringing you a special section on financial markets powered by Money Control Pro. It's Money Control's premium destination for investing and all business insights. Okay, let's start you off with markets. GIFT Nifty indicates a stable opening for Indian stock markets. US stock markets are closed slightly higher. Inflation data and minutes of the Fed March meet awaited still. Gold prices are holding at record highs as we speak. Crude oil prices ease on rising inventories.
But let's look at the sector that is in focus for Money Control Pro this morning. It's the electric vehicle sector that is generating unprecedented investor interest. In India, EVs have a minuscule share of the passenger vehicle market. However, and any tie-up in the domain lights up shares of the companies involved. So should investors exercise caution, however? And you can log into Money Control Pro to find out more about the new age electric vehicle sectors and other actionable insights. It's a premium destination for all investing views and financial insights you ever need to know, brought to you by Money Control.
And with that, we're going to call it a wrap on this edition of The Breakfast Club. Thank you so much for joining Sonal and I on the show today. It's a goodbye from us. Have the most beautiful Wednesday. Thank you for joining us.
We'll see you again tomorrow. Ciao.
देश के विभिन्न हिस्सों में नववर्ष मनाया जा रहा है। आज विक्रम संवत 2081 का पहला दिन है। मैं समस्त देशवासियों को गुड़ी पड़वा, उगाड़ी, चेटीचंड, नवरे के साथ साथ साजीबू चेरोवा नववर्ष की बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं देता हूं। आज से चैत्र नवरात्रि भी शुरू हो गई है। देश भर में शक्ति की उपासना, उसकी धूम मची हुई है। नवरात्रि का पर्व हो, हर कोई भक्ति में डूबा हुआ हो, शक्ति उपासना में जुड़ा हुआ हो, ऐसे समय इतनी बड़ी रैली, ये अपने आप में गजूबा है। क्योंकि मेरा जब कार्यक्रम बन रहा था तो मैंने कहा भाई नवरात्रि है, लोग कैसे आएंगे। उन्होंने कहा साहब बस आप डेट दे दीजिए। और इतने कम समय में नवरात्रि के पावन पर्व पर भी इतनी बड़ी तादाद में आप हमें आशीर्वाद देने आए। इस पावन अवसर पर बड़ी संख्या में शक्ति स्वरूपा माताएं, बहनें, बेटियां हमें आशीर्वाद दे रही है। मैं सभी सिख गुरुओं को भी नमन करता हूं। कुछ ही दिन में बैसाखी भी आने वाली है। मैं आपको बैसाखी की भी शुभकामनाएं देता हूं। मुझे यहां पीलीभीत के साथ ही
A very good morning to all our viewers. You're watching the morning news on CNN News 18. I'm Anjali Pandey here to take you through all the latest news and updates from across the nation and around the world. And we're starting off this bulletin with some breaking news that's coming in. A very unfortunate news coming in from Chhattisgarh, where a bus ferrying workers fell into a soil mine pit in Durg, and we're learning that 12 people have been killed in this accident. In fact, Prime Minister Modi has also condoled the death of the workers in this accident. So that's a very unfortunate news that is coming in from Chhattisgarh's Durg, where 12 people have been killed in an accident. A bus was ferrying workers that fell into a soil mine pit. Let's take a look at some reactions on this story.
कुम्हारी में आज रात को लगभग 8-8:30 बजे बस जो एक डिस्टिलरी स्केडिया डिस्टिलरी की मजदूरों की बस थी, वो सड़क के किनारे गहरी खाई में गिरी, जिसमें अभी तक की हमारी जो जानकारी है उसमें 12 लोगों की डेथ हो चुकी है। इसके अलावा 14 व्यक्ति अस्पताल में अभी एडमिटेड हैं। इनका शुरू में प्रारंभिक इलाज एपेक्स हॉस्पिटल और जिले के लोकल हॉस्पिटल्स में करके सभी को हमने एम्स में रेफर कर दिया है। 2 पेशेंट बस एपेक्स में भी एडमिटेड हैं, वो फैमिली की कंसर्न के साथ। लोग ज्यादा गंभीर स्थिति में नजर आ रहे हैं। एम्स में जो रेफर है वो सभी के सभी स्टेबलाइज है। उम्मीद है कि सभी के सभी लोग रिकवर इसमें हो जाएंगे। जो एपेक्स में है वो भी स्टेबल कंडीशन में है। हमारी पूरी डॉक्टर्स की टीम है।
दुखद है जो कुछ हुआ है। केडिया डिस्टिलरी है, वहाँ के सारे श्रमिकगण हैं, वो निकल रहे थे वहाँ से। ऐसे स्थान बताया गया कि उसमें रास्ते के दोनों तरफ 20-20 फीट लगभग गड्ढे हैं, मुरुम की खदान होने के कारण, और वहीं से बस निकल रही थी। ऐसा करते हुए उनको 10-20 सालों से वो ये कर रहे हैं, लेकिन आज बस स्लिप हो गया और नीचे गिर गई बस। कारण में एक मरीज ने यह भी बताया कि बस की लाइट नहीं जली, इसलिए ऐसा हो गया। अब क्या स्थितियां हैं, जांच के बाद स्पष्ट होगी।
And now CNN News 18's Manoj Sharma is joining us on this story. Manoj, could you give us more details about this very unfortunate accident that took place in Durg?
Yeah, it's very unfortunate because even the President and the Prime Minister, they have expressed their deep condolences as far as this incident is concerned. But we have been told by the eyewitness that there was some problem in the headlight of the bus. That is why it went out of control and fell into that ditch. But the Chhattisgarh government has already ordered a magisterial inquiry, and that inquiry is on. But as far as people who are injured in this accident, some 14 people were injured. Of them, 3 or 4 they were very serious. In fact, 9 to 10 injured people, they have been shifted to AIMS, and now their condition, according to the administration and the hospital, their condition is stable. But magisterial inquiry is on, and according to SP, all these laborers, they were returning after completing their shift. It was their routine for last 20 years, but there was some problem, and maybe in the headlight, and that is why the bus went out of control. So whatever may be the exact reason for this incident, this unfortunate incident, would be known only after completion of the inquiry.
Right. All right, Manoj, thank you so much for all those details. With that, we're now shifting focus to another big story. Now, in a big setback to Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal, the Delhi High Court dismissed his plea challenging his arrest, ruling that the material collected by the Enforcement Directorate reveals that the Chief Minister was actively involved in the conspiracy and concealment of the proceeds of crime in the Liquorgate probe. The Aam Aadmi Party will now move the Supreme Court regarding this matter. The party continues to assert the charge of political conspiracy, questioning the investigation's validity, but the BJP, on the other hand, has said that Kejriwal's role in the liquor policy scam is now extremely evident. Meanwhile, the Rouse Avenue Court will pronounce its verdict today on the application filed by Delhi Chief Minister seeking directions on Tihar Jail authorities to allow 5 legal visits instead of 2 in the Tihar Jail.
माननीय उच्च न्यायालय ने श्री केजरीवाल के संदर्भ में जो निर्णय दिया है, उससे तथ्यों के